Play a lot of solo rogue in Legacy. Chances are you fight a lot of other solo rogues. Is it a stammy? Juggle him. Got him. Nice try, dude. GG. Goodies, goodies, goodies. Okay, thank you. I'm definitely not a master of the class, but I have developed some strategies to fight against other rogues as a rogue. And I've been practicing a lot of this stuff since the early playtests. So I thought I'd make a quick video to share those tips. Oh, close. Was close. And just a note, all the clips in this video were recorded before the nerf patch that's dropping this Thursday. The rogue nerfs include changes to projectile speed and projectile range, to the rogue's ability cooldowns, and other weapon damage adjustments. But everything here should still be applicable going forward after the patch. So here goes. Okay, the way I think this is going to work is I'm going to show you the whole fight, the whole rogue v rogue combat, and then after the fight, I'll zoom in on 2 or 3 of the most important bits to highlight any mistake that I made, a recommendation I have, or some general combat strategy. Get him. That was weird. Fortunate for this guy. Dodge out of the way of the counterattack. Dodge. We're listening, we're watching. He's here. Turn on him. Nice. Nice try, man. The first step for this fight is to avoid sprinting around the map if you can avoid it. I always walk, or I have a big preference for walking, because the walking steps make less noise than the sprinting steps. And if I can hear my opponents moving around before they hear me, then I can set up the fight like I like, I can get in a position that I like, I get more advantages in the beginning of combat. The second tip for this fight is to really start using poison darts on a rogue, if you're not already. Not only does the poison do damage over time, but being poisoned also prevents them from healing at full efficacy. It makes it harder for them to recover health during the fight. So any chance you have to use a poison dart at the beginning or in the middle of combat, I encourage you to go for it. The third recommendation here has to do with the Twin Swords parry ability. If you attack a rogue and they parry you, they block your attack, they interrupt your combo, and they have an opportunity to counterattack. And that counterattack can do big damage and can knock you to the ground. What I've realized is there's a small window of time after the parry, you have time to evade away. So if you get parried before your opponent rogue launches their counterattack, you can evade to safety, you can launch your own counterattack. So just note that if you get parried, you don't have to stand there, you can evade before they can hit you. You can see I did that twice here in this fight, and this is very helpful when fighting against the Twin Swords. So quick recap, walking is quieter than sprinting, use poison darts, evade away if you get parried. These next examples focus on fighting against dagger rogues. Rogues using daggers have a different set of abilities than rogues using twin swords. Daggers can't block, and there's a few other things I want to focus on in particular here. He's a rogue. Stay on him. Stamina's running away. Got him. Nice try, man. GG. One thing to look out for is a rogue trait called Disorient. If the rogue has this trait and they double dash through you, you will become rooted to the ground. You'll see the red debuff kind of effect icon around your feet. This means you cannot move. Getting rooted gives your opponent all sorts of advantages. As far as I know, there isn't much you can do to prevent being rooted from this double dash attack, from this Disorient trait. And remember, even though you are rooted and you can't move, you can still turn in place and you can still block. You still have a chance to prevent damage or interrupt the incoming weapon combo. Second thing to talk about is the Dagger's special ability called Cheap Shot. This is like a cloud of smoke that if you get hit by it, you'll be stunned and held in place. This is how the Dagger Rogue, in my opinion, does the vast majority of their damage. They move in close, they cheap shot you, they go around the back, they backstab, and then they run away again. Cheap shot can't be blocked, it's just one of the dangers you face when you get in close to the Dagger Rogue. The best way I find to combat cheap shot, to combat the Dagger Rogue in general, is to be very aggressive and force them to use all of their stamina. The daggers cannot block. The only way the Dagger Rogue can really prevent taking damage is to be away from your melee. And so if you evade towards them, if you dash towards them and make them dash away from you, and you keep that up, you chase them with evades, you force them to keep evading, they'll burn through their stamina. Even if you both lose out your stamina, the fact that the Dagger Rogue now has nowhere else to go is an advantage to you, in my opinion. So my advice for facing Dagger Rogues is to not give them any time or space, is to stay on top of them, evade towards them, make them use their stamina, and eventually, hopefully, they run out, and that's when you can get in your melee damage. So here's an example where I give the Dagger Rogue too much space, and I let their ability recharge, and I lose the fight. That's it. Darn. I'm dead. Darn. Dead. That's it. Damn. And here's another example where I stay on top of the Dagger Rogue, and once their stamina is gone, I close the gap and win the fight. Is it a stammy? Juggle him. Got him. So two things to recap here. One is to be aware of the trait Disorient, and either use that against your opponents, or be aware it can be used against you to root you in place. And number two, if you want more luck against the Dagger Rogues, don't give them space, and you got a chance to win the fight that way. Good luck. The next tip is to use a technique I call Juggling. Juggling is a way to chain together a series of attacks that are all very quick, all in rapid succession, to overwhelm your opponent. Nice try, man. GG. To do this, I'll chain together 2 or 3 attacks followed by an evade, another 2 or 3 attacks followed by an evade, etc. And the reason this works is hard for me to explain because I'm not an expert on like the frame perfect timing of the game, but I know that after an evade, you are able to attack very quickly. And this quick attack lets you fit in an attack before an opponent gets to respond. And because the rogue's twin sword attack interrupts the opponent, if you're able to chain together a series of regular attacks, it prevents them from being able to block or counterattack. Got him. Nice try, man. GG. Oh, nice try, brother. To my knowledge, the only way to get out of my juggling cycle is to evade away. Is for my opponent to evade away. And not everyone thinks to do that. He took damage too. Try to juggle him. I hit him. Probably out of stammy. I'm gonna juggle him. Yeah, we juggled him. Nice try, man. GG. So to recap, this is a very good strategy you can use against intermediate to novice level of experienced rogues to overwhelm them, to keep them stun locked, and win the fight that way. Okay, I've got one last fight. It was really awesome. It was super close. Let's take a look and see if we can spot some of the tips and techniques I've been talking about, as well as one extra tip here at the end. So, very close. I don't want to aggro these guys. I heard the swords go away. There are the steppies. I see him. Nice shot. My turn in the meantime. Watch these stem. Good idea on the bandages. Bandage time here. Block them. Dancing them. Dagger them. I missed though. Let's try a bandage. And let's try R6. I think I fat fingered the wrong one. Couldn't dodge. I was very lucky. I hit him. Missed him. Oh, I died from poison. GG, man. Good fight. Yeah, poison really can be a pain in the butt. Don't sleep on those antidote potions. Great fight, man. Great fight. Okay, if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Appreciate you watching. Hope you're having a good time in Greenwood. Let's see what this new nerf patch is all about. I wish you the best. See you around.